Good morning, y'all. We're gonna go inside and get nice and warm and start on some transplanting, so y'all come along with me. I'm a firm believer in using what you got. I have this table over here. I've had it for years. It's beat up and dingy, but it still has value. You can still use it. I have these books here that is holding up my light, my daylight, to give my transplants their light. And I think the only thing that I did buy new was the trays. This is like a homemade setup, and it's right here in my living room. I don't have any other space to put it, but it works, so that's all that's important. So anything that you have to do a small space in, if it works for you, then use it. I want to talk to y'all about your garden zones and your last frost dates. So typically the purpose of each zone is to help know which plants are able to grow based on your area's lowest average temperature. And your last frost date is the day, typically your last frost. So you typically want to wait 5 to 10 days after that, because it's an estimated time that's when that's going to happen. They give you a allotted week there that the frost is done with. And you want to wait, I'd say 5 to 10 days just in case. I know last year we had like really crazy weather, and it got cold several times and just was very confusing when to know the plant. Even the trees and the flowers were thrown off. They didn't know when to bud or when not to. I'm really excited this year because I'm growing something that I've never grown before. I ordered these seeds from Baker Creek. They're Chinese pink celery, and I love the coloration on the stems. So on the back of the pack, if you look at it, it gives you the sprout and the temperature and the seed depth, plant spacing, frost hardy, and the how much sun it needs. And so basically I'm planting these a little early because they are frost hardy. It says on the pack they're frost hardy. And so once they are big enough, I can transplant them outside in the ground, and the frost won't get them, so I don't have to worry about my first frost date because they're supposed to be frost hardy. So that's one thing that I like about it. So these right here, I've already swapped the pots. I tried to wait till they got the 3 leaves, if you can tell. And so I've got some in this one over here that's got the 3 leaves. So we're gonna try to thin some of those out and put them into another container. So I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna go about that. I do want to say that when you go in, let me see if I can get it out of the angle here. You go in, you can just take that one and pinch deep down in the soil so that you don't break off your roots when you're transplanting it into another container. Go ahead and get my pot started, and then I'll show you what kind of soil I'm using. So like I said, you have to take you a pear knife and just cut into the container. Just a little slit, just enough to get it started. And then take your knife, take you some scissors and just cut around. Just like this. Excess on that one. Then I'm going to take the container and turn it upside down, and I'm just going to put some slits through some of, probably about 4. That way the water can seep in. Just be very careful when you're using a knife. And then I'm going to turn this over. So the soil that I'm using, it's Backdrow. Let me see if I can pull it up. You can see it. So basically, this is a good pot and soil to do your seedlings in, because it includes a starter and slow release fertilization, and it's a mixture of, let's see, where did I have it? here we go. Dark blends of reed, peat, and other materials. So it's not like regular pot and soil is very heavy and dense, where this one has the peat moss, but it has stuff to kind of irrigate it to make it light and airy, where the water won't get so bogged down in the soil and make the soil super wet where the plants can't breathe. So this is what I use, and it's really good. And so I got a cup in here, and so I just picked me up a couple of cups here, and I put it in here. I do probably about one more. I'll probably do a half a cup on this one instead of a full one. Maybe not even that much. I just want to get enough soil in there so when the seedlings start to grow, they got something to root onto. So there you go. Then we're going to come over here and get those two I pulled out earlier. And just gently pick them up. And I'm just going to take them apart here, where I don't tear the root. And then I'll come over here and stick them in there and pull the soil around them and push down a little bit to where they are sturdy. And do this one the same way. And there you have it. I'm so glad you decided to join me today, and hopefully we'll be able to learn together as we grow in the process of gardening and other things on this channel. Y'all will have to forgive me on the videography. I'm new to this, so it will take me some time, but I do appreciate the patience, and I hope to see y'all soon. Until next time.